My next guest started his career as a page right here in this building, and he has since been the announcer on the Joy Bishop Show. He has also been the host of a number of other programs, including AM Los Angeles, The Neighbors, and The Regis Philbin Show. He is currently the co-host of the morning show right here on WABC TV in New York. Please welcome Mr. Regis Philbin. Regis.
What a night this is,
That's
huh?
a big
Chinese inventors, horses, and Regis Philbin.
Yeah, we got it all. Yeah, first of all, let me welcome you to New York. Let me
Thank
congratulate you on the success of the show. It looks terrific. You do a fine job over there. It's a very nice show.
Thanks, I'm glad you like
And now, let me ask you about some of these other programs, Regis. What was The Neighbors? What was that?
Well, sorry you brought that up. The Neighbors was a game show that we did years ago on ABC. As I recall, we invited neighbors to come together and tell funny and unusual things about themselves. You know, gossip, oddball things about each other, yeah.
Did that work?
No, it didn't work at all. No, very quickly.
How was that on and off pretty quick?
It was on and off.
Yeah. Now, but you have done a whole host of different shows. If you had to pick a kind of show, what would you want to do? I mean, not that you're not doing it now, but
I'm still waiting for that one to come along, to tell you the
think
truth.
so?
Yeah. No, I kind of like what I'm doing now. Early in the morning, I think, is suited best for me. It's live. It's we don't have any horses on. Incidentally,
but you'd have a horse on there, wouldn't you?
When you ask that trainer, why does the horse breathe in his nose?
Yeah.
Dynamite question. I gotta remember that one. That was terrific. And he didn't know for a minute.
No,
there
he didn't
either.
know.
No.
He wasn't.
You had him.
Yeah.
You had this guy. It was great. It was a regular Mike Wallace type question, you know what I mean? You zeroed in on him, you let him have it. I was proud of you.
Thank you very much.
You're good.
I appreciate that. Now, on the...
This is kind of awkward interviewing another host, isn't it?
No.
I tell you, I didn't want to come on because I've got nothing to say. Honest to God, I said today on my own show, I'm on the David Letterman show tonight, and I don't have a thing to talk about. I've got no movie, I've got no book, I've got no crusade, I've got no Chinese inventor, I've got no horse, nothing. Really, it's going to be tough for you to interview.
Oh, no. We have plenty of interesting things.
Well, I hope they're
to
better
get
than
to.
the first two, I'll tell you that.
Now... Okay, here's...
I'm not used to seeing an audience.
No, you have an audience on your program.
Yeah, a little audience. About 20 people wander in, you know, to keep out of the cold.
Nice folks,
It's
though.
different in the morning, David. It really is.
Well, I know.
You can't get guests in the morning.
No, don't say that, because you have a fine lineup of guests. You do a very nice program, so knock that off, and let's get on with this. Now, you're...
Tough tonight. Tough on the trainer and tough on me. Don't ask me why I breathe through my nose. Come on.
But... on the program, one of the nice things about it is you're very relaxed, very loose on the show.
Yeah, well, you are too.
Well, it's different for me because I have the whole day to kind of worry about things, but you just...
You want to know something? You're absolutely right. When I had afternoon shows or late night shows, the same thing. You'd worry about it all day. This way, you wake up in the morning, you get there at 8:45, on at 9 o'clock, and then you worry about what you said at 10, you know?
Yeah. Now, you get there at 8:45, how late would you stay?
Well, I used to get there at 8:45. Now, since this is a new show, I get there around 8:30.
Oh, yeah. That extra 15...
Absolutely.
In the long run...
Like to bone up on those tough questions.
That's right. Now, do you ever feel uptight or nervous about a guest? I can't imagine that happening with you.
No, I really don't. I can't think... What I don't like is being here now, because I have nothing to say. But I never get uptight about the show. I really don't. Well, you don't either, do you? Does anything ever shake you?
Oh,
like what?
Well, on a day-to-day, it could be a whole host of things.
Yeah, but being a guest, I think you'll agree with me, is tougher than being a host.
Yeah, I found that to be true.
Because the burden is on the guest to say funny things.
Yeah, that's right.
Why do I feel this burden getting heavier every minute?
Now, of course, I know. No, you've seen it before.
Yes.
Well, this, of course, is the album that... It's time for Regis, and when was this made, Regis?
About 1968. You know
to
how I
build a
made
dream
that
on.
album? It's so funny that people spend all of their lives training and rehearsing and wanting to be a singer.
Yeah.
And one night on the Joey Bishop show, Bing Crosby was a guest on the show, and he sat right over here. Do you want to hear the story or not?
I'm listening.
Okay. And anyway, he wanted Bing to sing. In fact, here's Bing's picture. That's the night it happened. So anyway, he wanted Bing to sing a song, but everybody was afraid to ask him because they were paying him scale. So on the show, he said, Bing, and he knew I was a Bing Crosby fan. He said, Bing, it'd be the biggest thrill in this kid's life if he could sing Pennies from Heaven to you. What he meant to say was, if you could sing Pennies from Heaven to him.
Right.
But it came out the other way.
Yeah.
So Bing Crosby turns, and he looks at me, you know, with those blue eyes, and the band started saying, Regis, Reed. No, the band started applauding, and Johnny Mann, who never knew what was going on anyway, said, did he say Pennies from Heaven? Hit it! And they played it, and what are you going to do?
Yep.
So I sang, and the next day I got a record contract from Mercury Records. Show you how crazy this business is.
Now, did you move any of these?
No.
Yeah. Okay.
You got the only copy.
Now we saw another picture on the back of the album earlier, and I want you to tell me what's going on there, Regis. You and Joey and Sammy Davis Jr. What is happening
Well, you
here?
remember the Nehru suit craze back in 1968?
Right.
Yeah, Sammy Davis was coming on the show, so Joey and I walked up Vine Street and went into Cy Devore or someplace, and we picked up a couple of those snazzy Nehru suits. I still have mine. Do you have yours?
No, I never had one.
Well, you remember the 60s and the hippie era and all
Oh,
of
yeah.
that?
Yeah.
That was my contribution to the era.
Now, you were actually a page in this building, weren't you?
Right here.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, on the 8th floor, I guess, where those great dramatic shows were happening, Philco and Robin Montgomery Presents, and that was the beginning of it for me.
Yeah. Do you remember anything about the paging?
Yes, I remember one time, June Lockhart. Well, I remember one time I was sitting, the first night on the show, and I'm sitting up there on Sunday night, and the door opened, and out came this little gorilla on a bicycle. So I was new on the job, I didn't know what to expect, and this gorilla starts coming faster and faster down the hallway, top speed, and I became alarmed. And just before the gorilla got to my desk, he jumped off the bike, and the bike crashed into my desk. And the gorilla laughed like crazy. It was J. Fred Muggs. You remember the gorilla
sure,
that they had
from
on the Today Show?
right,
Yeah.
right.
So anyway, that was his big... I'll never forget that because he scared the hell out of me.
Yeah.
But
What were your responsibilities as a page?
I'll tell you, to come up with the key, and tonight the page gave me my key to the dressing room.
Yeah.
Incidentally, your dressing rooms are a little small.
They're tiny. Yeah. Yeah.
Cardinal Vincenti had a bigger cell from the Russians years ago. But the night I was there, June Lockhart came and she wanted her key to the dressing room, and I couldn't find it,
Yeah.
and I just felt terrible. And that's the only thing I remember from being a page.
That's all you need to
Yeah.
remember, Regis.
Got nothing to talk about. Is that it? Is this the big brush?
No, we're done. No,
I'm
it's
just
not, no,
warming up.
wait a minute. Let me say thank you very much. Continued success on your own.
Is this goodbye?
No, it's not goodbye. You're just done for
Do you
the
really
evening.
want me to leave?
You have to leave now, Regis.
Thank you.
Regis Philbin, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you very much. Thank you.